Today we're looking at Article 2, Section 3 and 4 of the U.S. Constitution. Hello, welcome to the Daily Bellringer. Please don't forget to subscribe and take a look at the questions down in the description. Also, don't forget to check out the worksheet in the description that goes along with this video, available at dailybellringer.com. The U.S. Constitution provides the basic framework for the United States government and organizes the government into three branches: legislative, executive, and judicial. Article 1 of the Constitution established and organized the legislative branch, and Article 2 establishes and organizes the executive branch, or the presidency of the United States. The executive branch is supposed to ensure that laws are executed or carried out. Section 1 and 2 of Article 2 created the office of the president, laid out some requirements to be president, and then stated the powers of the president. Now, starting here with Article 2, Section 3, it defines the duties or responsibilities of the President of the United States. One responsibility listed here in Section 3 is that the President is to routinely update Congress on the state of the country. This has become known as the State of the Union Address, which the President gives each January to a joint session, or in other words, the members of both the House of Representatives and the Senate attend the speech held in the House chambers. This speech is important because the President will discuss things that have happened in the past year that he's liked, but he'll also put forward plans for new policy or legislation that he wants to see pushed through in the next year. Now, some quick history here on the State of the Union Address. Of course, George Washington, being the first president, gave his address in person with a big speech, and then the second president, John Adams, did the same. But then we get to President Thomas Jefferson. Some people don't know this about Jefferson, but he was not a great public speaker, and he did not like giving big speeches. Also, he felt the president giving this speech almost resembled a king addressing his subjects. So Jefferson just didn't like the idea of the State of the Union speech. Instead, Jefferson wrote a lengthy letter to Congress as his State of the Union. And this became the new tradition for over 100 years. This was how presidents gave their State of the Union. It wasn't until President Woodrow Wilson in 1913 decided to reinstate the in-person speech to Congress. After that, presidents began to recognize the power of this speech to lay out policy in their agenda. President Warren Harding in 1922 would be the first to have his State of the Union broadcast on radio, and then President Harry Truman would be the first to have the State of the Union on television in 1947. Additionally, here in Section 3, it says that the President is to make suggestions on laws or legislation. Remember, only Congress or the legislative branch has the power to make laws, but again, here in Section 3, it says the President is to make suggestions on legislation. Of course, it is here in Section 3 that the executive branch is also given the responsibility of, again, making sure that laws are carried out or executed. Section 4, the last section of Article 2, so a much shorter article than Article 1. Section 4 deals with removing a president from office for misconduct. Now, this is something that has been in the news, and you've probably heard of impeachment. Impeachment is a charge of misconduct against someone holding an office. So this is where it gets a little confusing, because a president can be impeached, yet not removed from office. And how this works is Congress is who holds the power to bring charges against a president. Basically, Congress will have a trial with arguments for and against a president being presented, and the members of Congress are the jurors and make the guilty or not guilty decision. It starts in the House of Representatives, and here all they have to have is a majority vote to impeach a president. So we have had several presidents in history be impeached in the House: Andrew Johnson, Bill Clinton, and Donald Trump twice. But then the impeachment goes on to the U.S. Senate, where they have to have a trial again, and then they have to get a supermajority, or a two-thirds majority vote in favor of impeachment to then impeach the president in the Senate. We have yet in American history to have a president also impeached in the Senate. So we have never had a president fully impeached and then removed from office. Andrew Johnson came within one vote of being impeached in both. So, there is all of Article 2, which again establishes and defines the executive branch of the United States government. So, with that, hopefully you learned something, and thanks for watching.